We roll with the punches and we get back up, and I think that's something that we need to continue with our next generation, and just tell them, it's okay to fall.
Yes.
You just got to get back up.
Yeah.
It's okay to try.
It's okay to try.
How long have you been in NAWIC?
About 5 years now. I found it during COVID.
Okay.
I was an essential worker, pretty much the only one in the shop for a little while, and really needed to reach out and find people and connect. So it was a great resource during that time.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just to find that I wasn't the only. You felt very alone. Even surrounded
isolated,
even on site, surrounded by other construction workers, and we were building field hospitals, and surrounded by the National Guard. And, going from working retail years ago to all of a sudden essential worker during a pandemic. But being able to reach out and find other women who were going through similar things was wonderful.
And you pivoted into signage from there, or you
no?
already
I've been
part of it?
I graduated college with a communications degree, and I answered an ad on Craigslist.
Okay.
To become a sign designer.
Oh,
awesome.
Fun.
And,
all right, so that's a little bit different than
what
I did.
Different. Yeah. So I started designing ADA Braille signage, worked with a lot of property managers. From there, I bought a house in Worcester, moved out there.
So you're local to me.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're at the Greater Worcester chapter?
I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, all right.
We'll talk after.
Yes, we will. All right.
But yeah, and then from there I was a signage vendor on and off construction sites, working on renovation projects, expansions, got into healthcare signage, and now I'm working on the hospital side of things.
All right, so you do the commercials.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Success for me when I first started, so I did not ever think about going into construction, really. I mean, I went to law school, became a lawyer, and practiced construction law for a little while, but I did the classic meet a guy who owns a construction company, and that's what I did. And I learned the business just by sitting and absorbing, and back then it was just I wanted to be successful by owning my own company and taking care of my employees. And now that I've been in the industry for as long as I have been, it's more about mentoring the next group of women. I mean, it's no longer a me thing, it's an us thing, and I think that that's what's most important to me now, and that's how I define success, is how many people that I have trained that are still in the industry and are moving up the ladder.
Started out in advertising. That was in the late 80s and early 90s, and that was a different generation then. People were cutthroat
Very much
and
so.
awful.
Very much.
Yep.
They taught me, what the takeaway for me then was,
What
they
not
taught
to
me
do?
how not to treat people.
And how not to do it.
Yes, and that was, and thankfully, I've carried that forward. I don't have any employees per se, but I have a lot of people. And I think, like, even to mirror it with NAWIC, it's bigger than us.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And
For
so
sure.
I think that when people step back, and I always say, gain your perspective, step back, because if you get into the weeds too much,
You lose sight of
you
it.
lose sight of it, and that's a scary part for some people. And like even listening to the last panel here, because I know all of them, and to hear the words coming out of their mouths.
Exactly.
You're hearing the words coming out of their mouths.
Exactly.
So, it's perfectly imperfect. I think that's the best way to
Oh,
describe it.
gosh, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I think sometimes we do get caught up in that whole, I need to be perfect in everything I do.
Yes.
And, I found that just made me miserable. And I just wanted to be able to, be better, not perfect, just be better. And like you said, I learned from the people that taught me, and sometimes that wasn't the nicest way to be taught. And,
No, it wasn't.
and I try to, I'm hard, I will admit, I have high expectations of people that work for me, but I have those expectations because I think they can reach them. And I think that the ones that I remember the most were the ones that were hard on me.
Yep.
You know, and
the best teachers.
Like my mom. My mom is like she's very hard on all of her kids, but you know what? We are all successful, and we roll with the punches and we get back up. Well,
just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
it. I'm done.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Just do it. I mean, because what's the worst thing that could happen to you?
Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's basically what she did.
Exactly.
That's what she talked about this morning.
Exactly. It's perfect.
And it is
totally
true.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And,
you don't want to say, oh, women are fearful or whatever, but you do. There's that little voice everybody has. That's maybe a relative, maybe something from a past life that's in your brain. That's
it's just conditioning overall.
Yes.
Conditioning overall. But I think that until you try something, you don't have the right to say I can't.
Exactly.
No. And you shouldn't say it anyway. But the I can't stand somebody. Yeah. That's true. But
oh gosh, yes.
But I can't do something. That's different.
Right. Yeah. I mean, especially if you haven't even tried it.
Right.
No, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you don't try, I don't know how you grow as a person. I mean, you've got failure as a part of learning.
And that is, you can't learn less, and every plus is a benefit and every minus is a benefit.
Exactly.
So you have to take it.
And like I was saying
keep
about,
swinging.
Not hearing this is what we've always done. It is what it is. All that stuff.
Do you know she has a name? Sally.
Yeah.
Sally?
Same as last year.
Yep.
I love that. I'm gonna keep that.
We're full of acronyms.
No,
right?
we have lots of them.
I love it. But, I'm a huge nerd myself and sci-fi and everything. And you think of, Yoda says do or do not. There is no try. There is try. You gotta try so that you can do. Or like if you don't, you're not doing it. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. I just when you two were talking about omission and things, just to go back to it for a second. I went through different, jobs, different offices where it was the mentality of I am the woman in the one seat at the table and you can't have it, instead of opening the doors or pulling up another chair or something, and do what you're concerned about, you're fearful of. Pull that chair up. Welcome other people. Welcome ideas. Be curious, empathetic. And just keep trying. Fall down, get up.
Be perfect.
Help somebody else up.
And that's what I want NAWIC to be again.
Yeah.
And we're striving towards that. Kelly made huge strides this year. And I think that I'm very thankful you're on the board finally.
Thank you.
It's no, because
it was the right time.
I know we talked about that a little bit too, and I think that's what it is. Timing's everything.
Timing is everything.
Does work
for everyone.
For sure.